Hi VC, this is Kostis, and this is thread entry. The thread is called album chain. Can you lick 20 albums? This was started by Dillon over at Noble Records. I'm sure everybody knows about Dillon and his channel. He's very popular, great channel, really big one in the VC, who also has a record store. Yeah, of course you know Dillon. So yeah, I found it really interesting. There are no real rules. You just take an album and try to connect it with the next one in some way. And the challenge is you have to get to the 20th. I managed to do it. Of course, I wouldn't be able to do this without looking up my Discogs and my collection there, because it's easy to, go through the credits and, follow the personnel and all that stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this that quickly if I didn't have Discogs. So anyway, first record is Black Flag's Damaged, which was produced by Spot, producer of many SST records, who sadly passed away this year, who also produced this album by Husker Du, A New Day Rising. And I also have my tablet here so I can read some of the information, because I might forget something. Right. And then, of course, in Husker Du, one of the three members was Bob Mould. This is his second full-length solo LP, Black Sheets of Rain. And on this one, the person playing drums is Anton Fier, who also played drums in John Zorn's The Big Gun Town, a really great album with re-imaginations of Ennio Morricone's music. Really great album. Yeah, and there is a track on here called The Battle of Algiers, in which both Anton Fier and the turntablist Christian Markley plays. And then Christian Markley played on this Sonic Youth release, Goodbye 20th Century, really experimental avant-garde release by Sonic Youth on Sonic Youth Records. So here they play music by John Cage, Cornelius Cardew, Takehisa Kosugi, George Masiunas, Pauline Oliveros, Yoko Ono and stuff like that, Steve Reich even. So yeah, Christian Markley played with Sonic Youth on this one, released on Sonic Youth Records. And another Sonic Youth Records release, which of course features Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. On this one, she plays with DJ Olive and Ikue Mori, who actually played with with DNA, but I have not gotten the album right here. Let me just break it. Right. So, Ikue Mori played with DNA, one of the seminal no wave bands. This is of course the compilation No New York, which features DNA here, together with Teenage Jesus and the Jerks, The Contortions, and Mars. Great new wave compilation. So right, so the connection to the next album is DNA's Ardo Lindsay, the guitarist and vocalist of DNA, who also formed later on the Ambitious Lovers with Peter Scherer. And in the first song of this album, which is called Copy Me, the bass player is Melvin Gibbs, who went on to play with Rollins Band and Henry Rollins, who also sang in Tool's Undertow record in the song, I think it was Bottom, the fourth song on the album, yeah. And Tool's vocalist Maynard James Keenan sang on the debut album of Rage Against the Machine in the sixth track called Know Your Enemy. And on the same track, a percussionist named Stephen Perkins also plays a guest percussion. And Stephen Perkins was actually the drummer of Jane's Addiction. So the Jane's Addiction Ritual de lo Habitual, their third release, third full length, or maybe second if you don't count the first album, which was a live album. And this album was produced by David Jordan, who was also an engineer on My Life in the Bush of Ghosts by Brian Eno and David Byrne. And of course, through David Byrne, I'm going with the Talking Heads, Fear of Music. This was mastered by Greg Calby, who also was an engineer on Lou Reed's The Blue Mask. And through Lou Reed, we're going back in time to the Velvet Underground, White Light, White Heat from 1968. And in the band, the bass and viola player was John Cale on this album, who has produced many Nico albums, including this one. This is called Camera Obscura by Nico and the Faction. And this picture was taken by Anton Corbijn, the very famous photographer and also director of music videos and the movie Control about Joy Division. But anyway, as a photographer, he also took many photographs from Metallica albums in the 90s, like Load or this compilation, Garage Incorporated. So this features both, this also features photography by Anton Corbijn. And on this record, Metallica cover Black Sabbath's Sabracadabra song, which of course the original version is right here on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. And for the 20th record through Black Sabbath, I'm gonna finish with Ozzy Osbourne, The Blizzard of Oz from 1981, his debut album. So I managed to link 20 of them. It was really fun. I think Discogs really helped. So if you find this interesting, I would love to see what you can come up with. Cheers to Dillon, and see you around. Bye.